the brook. I come from haunts of coot and hern. I make a sudden sally, and sparkle out among the fern to beaker down a valley. By thirsty hills I hurry down, or slip between the ridges. My 20 thoughts a little town, and half a hundred bridges. Till last by Philip's farm I flow, to join the brimming river. For May, for Main may come and Main may go, but I go on forever. I chatter over stormy waves. In little waves and troubles, I bubble into edding bays. I babble on the pebbles. With many a curve, my banks are freight by many a field and shallow, and many a fairy foreland set with and many a fairy foreland set with a willow weed and mallow. I chatter as I flow to join the brimming river, for men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. So this is the poem The Brook. Okay, here The Brook is a poem by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Okay, Alfred Lord Tennyson about the journey of brook from its origin to the point where it meets the river. So this is the journey of a brook from the origin to the point where it meets the river. You know, always there is a origin of every brook, every river. Okay, and after that it's meet to the other river. Okay, or and river, you know that river meets to the oceans. Okay, so here we have to learn about the poem Brook, which is written by poet Alfred Lord Tennyson. Here, the brook itself narrates its journey that begins from the places frequently visited by the birds like the coot and the hern. Okay, I come from the haunts of coot and hern. What is the meaning of haunt here? Haunt means a place that one visit often, where one spends a lot of time. Okay, a place that one visit often, where one spends a lot of time. Here, what is the meaning of coot and hern? These are the water birds, and hern means it is a short form of the yes, European water bird heron. Now second one is the fern. Fern means an ornamental plant which is flowerless. Beaker. Beaker means to make a gentle continuous sound of flowing water, means run noisily. Thorps. Thorps means it is an old English word and meaning of the word is village. Okay. Then till last by Philip's farm I flow to join the brimming river. Brimming. Brimming means full almost to point that it may overflow. Okay. So now I am explaining you what is the meaning of the first stanza. See, the brook itself narrates its journey that begins from the place frequently visited by the birds like the coot and the hern. Okay, here in the first stanza, the brook itself is narrating its journey that begins from the places where the birds like coot and hern, means water bird, frequently visited. Okay, and it travels loudly through the valley passing by ferns. Okay, it travels loudly through the valley passing by fern. Fern means ornamental plant which is flowerless. It passes by hills, ridges, thorps. Thorps means town. Thorps means villages, towns, and bridges. Okay, see, by thirsty hills I hurry down, or slip between the ridges. By 20 thorps, a little town, and half a hundred bridges. Okay, means it passes by the hills, ridges, thorps, town, and bridges. Till last by Philip's farm I flow to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. It finally meets the overflowing river near the Philip's farm. Okay, so see the first stanza here. In the first stanza, Brook itself narrates its journey, which is begin from the places where the water birds like Coot and her frequently visited, and it travels loudly through the valley, passing the farm. It passes by hills, ridges, thorps, towns, and bridges, and it finally meets the overflowing river near the Phillips farm. The brook itself explained that it comes from the place where the birds called kut, means it is a water bird, and hern, it is a heron bird, often gather, and suddenly the brook rushes forward with great enthusiasm. And as the brook waves through greenery that grows besides the stream bank, and sunlight glitters on the water, and the brook then flows gently with a repetitive noise into a valley, and it passes by hills, ridges, it passes by hills, ridges means mountain, thorps, town, and bridges with the sound, okay, with the frequent sound, okay. Now see second stanza. I chatter over stormy ways in little sharp and trebles. I bubble into edding bays. I babble on the pebbles, okay. So with many a curve, my banks I freight, by many a field and fallow, and many a fairy foreland set with a willow weed and mallow. I chatter as I flow to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but go forever. Okay, so here I chatter, it is a kind of sound. Okay, I chatter over stormy ways in little sharp and trebles. Trebles means high pitch voice, musical sound. I bubble into aiding bass. Aiding means moving in circles. Aiding means moving in circles. Bay means a part of sea surrounded by land on three sides. Bay of Bengal, you know that a part of sea surrounded by land on three sides. Okay, means the in middle there is a water, and three side of that water there is a land. Okay, and in middle there is a sea, a part of sea surrounded by land on three side, that is bay. Then a babble. Babble means making low sound while flowing over stones. Okay, making low sound of water while flowing over stones, that is babble. Fret. Fret means fret means to be concerned or worry. Okay, to worry or to be concerned. With many a curve, my banks I fret. Fret means worry. And fairy foreland. Fairy foreland means it refers to a scene, place which looks like a entrance of a fairyland. Okay, fairy foreland. Fairy means you know that pari. Okay, it's angel. It refers to a scenic place that looks like an entrance of a fairyland. Okay, entrance of a fairy uh, palace. Then with a willow weed. Yes, with willow weed and mallow. See here, what is the meaning of willow weed? A type of plant. Willow weed is a type of plant, and mallow is a type of plant with pink purple flowers. Mallow means a type of plant with pink purple flowers, and willow weed is also a type of plants. I chatter as I flow means it is also a sound to join the brimming river. Brimming means which is overflowing. Okay. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. See the second stanza now. Here in the second stanza, the brook passing through the stormy region, making loud noise and forming ripples. Okay, there are many curves on its path that is has to cut through. It passes by fields, fallows, and many scenic places with a willow weed and mallow, which is why it makes a lot of noise while flowing. Okay, so here the brook is flowing with a sound like chatter. Okay, it passes through the stormy regions, making loud noise and forming ripples. Okay, then ripples means what? When you throw stone in the water. Okay, at that means after throwing you can see that ripples in the water. Okay, so that is ripples. There are many curves on its path, and that has to cut through, means that that brook has to cut that every thorny path. It passes by fields, farms, fallows, and many scenic places. Scenic places means it passes, yes, it passes in front of the fairy foreland. Means it passes from is it passes in front of the fairy's palace and set with the willow weed and mallow, means that palaces is set with the different kinds of flower, that is willow weed and mallow, which is why it makes a lot of noise while flowing, because he faced too much hurdles while flowing, and that's why it's make a sound while flowing. And the brook and brook flow with the sound. Okay, brook make sound while flowing. Okay, so this is the second stanza. I hope you understood. I went about and in and out, with here a blossom selling, and here and there a lusty trot, and here and there a grayling, and here and there a foamy flake upon me as I travel, with many a silver water break above the golden gravel, and draw them all along with and flow to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. I sleep, I slide, I gloom, I glance. Among my scheming swallows, I make the netted sunbeam dance against my sandy shallows. I murmur under moon and stars in brambly wildernesses. I linger by my shingly bars. I loiter round my creases. And out again I curve and flow to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. So here I went about in and out, with here a blossom sailing. And here and there a lusty trot. Trot means a kind of freshwater fish. A kind of freshwater fish. And lusty. Lusty means strong and healthy. Yes, strong and healthy. Lusty means shining also. But here, what is the meaning of lusty? It is strong and healthy animal. So, strong and healthy fish. Strong and healthy fish. And here and there a grayling. Grayling means a freshwater fish with a long fin. Here and there a grayling. Grayling means a freshwater fish with a long fin. See, lusty trout and grayling, both are the fishes. Okay, now next one. And here and there a foamy flake. Flake means crushed dried fruit used to catch fish. It's a kind. It's a dried food used to catch fish. Okay, foamy flake upon me as I travel, with many a silvery water break above the golden gravel. Okay, gravel means small round stones mixed with sand. Gravel means small round stone mixed with sand. and draw them all along and flow to join the brimming river. Brimming means overflow. Okay. Uh, for men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. So here, see the third stanza. The brook flows in a winding, curvy path. I wind about and in and out with the here a blossom sailing means here brook flows in a winding, curvy path. Many flowers, trot fish, and graylings and flakes float on its surface. It carries everything along with itself. It flows gets broken at any places by gravel before it finally meets the river. See, flows with winding curvy path, many flowers. Okay, then trout fishes, graylings, and flake floats on its surface means to catch the fish. Some person yes throw that foamy flakes by to catching the fishes. Okay, so that also Brooke is telling that people throw that foamy flake upon me as I travel. When I travel with many a silvery water brick above the golden gravel, it flows gets broken at many places by gravel before it finally meets the river. Gravel means small round stone mixed with sand. Okay, and draw them all along means that brook draw along with it all that stone, and it also flow to join the brimming river. Okay, means along with its draw many things and to join the river. Okay, for men may come and men may go, but I go forever. Now see the last stanza. I skip, I slide, I gloom, I glance. Okay, I sleep, I slide, sleep and slide, gloom and glance. Among my scheming swallows. Okay, scheming swallows mean birds that touch the water gently and quickly as they fly over it. Okay, scheming swallows means it's a kind of birds that touch the water gently and quickly as they fly over it. Okay, I make the naked sunbeam dance against my sandy shallows. I murmur under moon and stars in brambly wildernesses. I linger by my shingly bars. Shingly, see here, full of shingles, that is small rounded riverbed pebbles or stone. Small rounded riverbed pebbles or stone. Sharp means high pitch musical sound. Okay, I loiter round my cresses. Cresses means small aquatic plants. Cresses is also a small aquatic plant. Okay, so this is the last stanza, and last stanza the brook is telling then calms down and quietly moves through the shallow areas. Okay, with the calm down nature and quiet nature, it moves through the shallow areas. The sunbeam means the rays of the sunbeams reflects on its surface through the trees on its bank. Okay, at night it flows gently making the murmuring sound. It is also murmur means it's also kind of sound through the shrubs and plants. The brook faces many obstacles, yes, while flowing, okay, in its way. Okay, so see here in the last stanza, the brook is explaining, it's telling that means brooks uh, flowing with a calm and quiet nature with through the shallow areas. The sun reflects of the sun reflects on its surface through the trees which are on the bank of the river. Okay, at night it flows gently, making murmuring sounds through the shrubs and the plants. When it's flow from the shrubs and plants, it's also making the sound like the murmuring. Okay, so this is the poem Brooks, and here in this poem the brook faces many obstacles on its way but keeps on flowing before meeting the river. Means before meeting the river, the brook has to face too many obstacles, too many hurdles. Okay, there are too many hurdles in its way. The brook says that men take birth and then they die, but it will continue to live and flow forever. So see, in the first stanza, second stanza, third stanza, and in the fourth stanza, the last two lines are, for men may come and men may go. Okay, means that men take birth and then they die also, but we never die. Okay, I go on forever, but it will continue to live and flow forever. So this is the poem Brook.